Burst, that's exercise. That's sprinting and walking. The two coins of exercise, two sides of the coin of exercise. So, who looks healthier, the sprinter or the cancer-like jogger? Have you guys seen marathoners? Don't they look like cancer patients? The reason why is they completely wear out their adrenal glands. When they're jogging, there's like no growth hormone that's coming in to heal them. It's just constant cortisol, 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 cortisol. Okay, what do you give a cortisone shot into someone to deal with inflammation? You can't give it in the same spot because it melts the tissue, right? So what happens if you're constantly having cortisol throughout your blood system all the time from jogging and the after effects of jogging? That means you're eroding away all your tissues equally. That's why they look like cancer patients, except for their thighs, which is the only muscles that actually get any exercise while they're doing this, okay? Notice cortisol levels high, human growth hormone low, insulin high. Don't worry about these other ones. In the sprinter, it's low, high, low. Completely opposite. That's why you saw the Jamaican sprinters, okay? Very fine specimens of human bodies, okay? Amazing, okay? Marathoners look like shit, okay? Sprinters look amazing. So, and I grew up outside Heartbreak Hill. Boston Marathon, right up my street. Walked these guys running by, turned to my mother, when I was 6 years old, my mother, a medical doctor, said, "Mommy, these people look sick." She says, "No, they're healthy, they're doing cardio." I said, "Mommy, they look sick." No, it's good for them. So instinctually, you know this, right? I have a whole video explaining how to do burst exercise safely. It's on my website. It's called Why Marathon Runners Look Like Cancer Patients. If you are just desperate to have a midlife crisis and you want to have a little marathon, and you'd rather do a midlife marathon than buy a midlife Chrysler, okay, then walk, sprint your marathon, don't jog it. Now, there's some exceptions to this where I have some patients where I do my Skype coaching with, and one of the patients in particular who's depressed. And he got so much emotional joy from doing his 5K runs, being outside with people. You know, to me, his mental state was way higher priority than jogging. And so what I told him was like, okay, look, do your 5Ks. We'll make up for it with other ways later. Like, and he even acknowledged is the best part of the whole 5K was that last 100-yard sprint. You know, so I make clinical exceptions when the patient needs it. This is not locked in stone here. You got to be smart. And that's where individual coaching is handy, because you can't, it's like even this, you have to individualize based on the primary patient need. And in this guy's case, it was his depression. No, you're absolutely right. But it's the 5Kers that then become that do the ultra marathons, and they want to go more and more and more. That's true, and when you look at the actual physiology, they're doing less damage than these long marathoners, but they're still doing damage. Okay. They get, and there's other cross benefits to it. I mean, that's why people keep marathoning even though they're wasting away, because it's like it's an addiction. Some people it's an addiction. For other people, it's like they decided to get off their butt and run. And then when they made that decision and they run, then they changed their life, they changed their career, they changed their whole life, but they yoke it to the running, as opposed to the running was simply the stimulus for changing everything else. And then if you question, I've had marathon runners get really ballistic at me for talking about this, because I changed my life, I'm so much healthier, and I'm looking at them and they look like a rake, you know, but they say that marathoning was what made them change their whole life, and that's not actually entirely true. It's like with any even workaholics, it's the same way you have to deal with workaholics. You know, they think that it's a workaholism that's making them succeed. So, now for adrenal specifically, how do you know if you overdo? You overdo if you're really tired after 90 minutes after your workout, or you wake up exhausted the next morning.